friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about broccoli and cheese soup. If you're here because you just overcook your broccoli and you don't know what to make with it, I am going to show you the perfect recipe. It's super simple, and if you're here because you want an amazing and simple broccoli and cheese soup, you are in the right place too. Let's get started. For this recipe, I'm going to use approximately 1 pound of broccoli with stalks if at all possible. 4 tablespoons of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1.5 tablespoons of onion powder. I'll be using about 6 ounces of cheese. I'm using cheddar, you can use any, and I will be grating it so that it melts a lot easier. I'm also going to be using about 4.5 cups of water. I'm gonna get rid of the first little bit, it's a little dry. And then this actually is very tender, so I am not even going to peel it. And guys, I don't have to make small cuts. This will be just fine. Again, this is all going to get overcooked. Don't be afraid of the leaves. Every part of the broccoli has its nutrients. Leave it all there. I'm going to add 2 cups of water right now. And I am going to cover this. While my broccoli is cooking, I want to tell you the story on how I came up with this recipe. You just saw me put the broccoli in a pressure cooker. This is an old-fashioned pressure cooker. You don't have to have one. You can just overcook your broccoli any way you want and it will work. I just happened to use the same pot to recreate what happened to me a few weeks ago when I put it in for 3 minutes and it was way overcooked, and when I opened the lid it was mush and I couldn't really serve it. So the only thing that I could come up with is making a soup, and everybody really liked it. So for a second time that week, I made it again and everybody seemed to love it. So I figured I would share the recipe with you. It seems to be a hit, so hopefully it is for you too. You saw how simple it was to smush this broccoli because it was super overcooked, and the texture is just perfect. So I'm gonna have the stove on a low heat and I'm going to add the salt and the onion powder. And I'm going to add a cup of water. We're going to mix it. Now I'm going to add some water over here to the flour and we're going to mix it up. It's starting to bubble up, so you want to make sure that at this point you mix it so nothing gets stuck to the bottom. And this is the time that it starts thickening. We're going to turn it off and let it rest for about 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes, and now that it's rested, it's not as hot, and that's when I'm going to add my cheese. Okay guys, it's time to try it. I am so excited. It's delicious. I love the texture because you can actually taste the little bits of broccoli and you can taste the cheese. It's perfect. The reason why I made sure to add the cheese after I let it cool down for about 5 minutes is because if you cook the cheese on the stove, the soup is going to become greedy. And this way it just melts the cheese and it just mixes the whole thing together really well. Make sure you don't add too much salt when you make the soup because you're going to be adding cheese, so it might get too salty. But if you want to adjust the flavor, at this point what you can do is add a little bit more of the onion powder or the salt. And if you want to take a different direction with this and make it with broth instead of water or milk, it's probably going to give it a little bit more taste or more a different texture, and that's fine. The purpose of me using water is just to show you how simple it was to fix a mistake that I made and make something else out of it. So hopefully you like this video. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care. I wanted to tell you the story. I made a mistake by using a pressure cooker. This is how I came up with the original mush. I came up with mush. Oh.